Hey guys, so I'm going to play a clip from my news podcast that I did this morning about monkeypox because I think it's relevant to preppers and what you need to know and how you should prepare for this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, this first story is going to blow your mind, maybe. In March of 2021, the Nuclear Threat Initiative, an American government group, and the Munich Security Conference, in conjunction with, they partnered to conduct a tabletop exercise on reducing high-consequence biological threats. The exercise examined gaps in national and international biosecurity and in pandemic preparedness architectures, exploring opportunities to improve prevention and response capabilities for high-consequence biological events. This report summarizes the exercise. Well, I'm reading from the report paper right here. Shows key findings from the discussion and actionable recommendations for the international community. The name of this event was Strengthening Global Systems to Prevent and Respond to High-Consequence Biological Threats. Do you want to take a guess on what the biological threat was that they were tabletop exercising? It was monkeypox. Monkeypox. Oh man, I'm just going to read the executive summary here for you. This was a tabletop exercise on reducing high-consequence biological threats conducted virtually. The exercise examined gaps in national and international biosecurity and pandemic preparedness architectures and explored opportunities to improve capabilities to prevent and respond to high-consequence biological events. Participants included 19 senior leaders and experts from across Africa, the Americas, Asia, and Europe with decades of combined experience in public health, biotechnology, industry, international security, and philanthropy. The exercise scenario portrayed a deadly global pandemic involving an unusual strain of monkeypox virus that emerged in the fictional nation of Breninia and spread globally over 18 months. Ultimately, the exercise scenario revealed that the initial outbreak was caused by a terrorist attack using a pathogen engineered in a laboratory with inadequate biosafety and biosecurity provisions and weak oversight. By the end of the exercise, the fictional pandemic resulted in more than 3 billion cases and 270 million fatalities worldwide. Folks, this should concern you greatly. Every time we have some major event like this, there was always some tabletop exercise that occurred just before. And now we've got this odd spreading of monkeypox virus going on right now. Monkeypox, which in and of itself is a rare disease found only in remote parts of West and Central Africa and does not spread easily. Yet, seemingly right now, somehow it is spreading, especially through Europe. Just to refresh your memory on these tabletop exercises, just before COVID hit the streets, there was Event 201, which was a tabletop exercise about a SARS virus, where they basically tabletoped the entire COVID response. And this was in October 2019, when COVID was probably already present in China and just had not been recognized in the US yet. Going back even further, you can talk about 9/11, where they were tabletop exercising several scenarios on that day, one of which, the National Reconnaissance Office, which is part of the Department of Defense and handles all of the spy satellites, they were tabletopping an actual event where an airplane strikes a building. On top of that, you had Operation Global Guardian going on, which was the U.S. Strategic Command, the Space Command, and NORAD conducting nuclear drills. and Vigilant Guardian, which was also NORAD, conducting a Russian bomber attack drill, all on 9/11. To top that off, there was another exercise scheduled for September 12th, 2001, involving the city of New York, and it was a bioterrorism exercise. New York City Emergency Management, the FBI, and FEMA were all involved in that, but that did get canceled because of the attacks to the World Trade Center. You just can't make this stuff up. There is no such thing as coincidence. I'm going to do a full report on this March 2021 tabletop exercise of the monkeypox pandemic, since maybe we'll be facing this in reality now. To go right along with this is a story from the BBC from 2 days ago about monkeypox. If you're still reeling from the COVID pandemic, well, sorry, but there's another virus to get to grips with. This time it's monkeypox, and there are around 80 confirmed cases in 11 countries, including the UK, that would not normally expect to have the disease. So what is going on? Is it time to worry, or are we getting overly excited having just lived through COVID? Let's be clear, this is not another COVID, and we're not days away from lockdowns to contain the spread of monkeypox. However, this is an unusual and unprecedented monkeypox outbreak. It has taken scientists who specialize in the disease by complete surprise, and it is always a concern when a virus changes its behavior. Until now, monkeypox was pretty predictable. The virus's natural home is in wild animals, which are actually thought to be rodents rather than monkeys. Somebody in the rainforests of Western and Central Africa comes into contact with an infected creature, a rodent, and the virus makes the jump across species. Their skin erupts in a rash, which blisters and then scabs over. The virus is now outside its usual home and struggles to spread, so it needs prolonged close contact to keep going, so outbreaks tend to be small and burn out on their own. Small numbers of cases have cropped up elsewhere in the world, including the UK, but all can be immediately linked to somebody traveling to an infected country and bringing it home. That is no longer the case. For the first time, the virus is being found in people with no clear connection to Western and Central Africa. It is not clear who people are catching it from. Monkeypox is spreading during sexual activities, with most cases having lesions on their genitals and the surrounding area. Many of those affected are gay and bisexual young men. We're in a very new situation that is a surprise and a worry, Professor Sir Peter Horby, the director of the University of Oxford's Pandemic Sciences Institute, told the BBC. While he says this is not COVID-2, he said we need to act to prevent the virus getting a foothold, as this is something we really want to avoid. I'm sorry, but do viruses truly make changes like this on their own without some sort of help from some sort of laboratory? This should be deeply concerning given the other information I just gave you about this tabletop exercise. Alright guys, I just thought it was relevant information that you should know and think about. Maybe this is something to prepare for. Who knows? Something with it does not seem right, though. So be prepared and always ask yourself, will you survive?